What's up, guys? Zaid here, and today I've got a Brave Token Crusadia deck profile for you. This deck is a deck that I messed with before Brave came out. I played it around the release when DPE came out, actually, and I thought it was a really cool deck. I saw it on I think the channel's called Team King of Games. They had a deck profile for Crusadia Artifact with the DPE engine, and it was really sick. But this is my take on it now, having Brave cards in the format, because the cards actually synergize very well. Like, Crusadia plus Right is just like kind of full combo because Right puts a monster in the Maximus zone. And this deck just came on my mind. I thought about it. I made a list and I wanted to share it with y'all. I'll show you like the cookie cutter combo, or if you start with just two Crusadias, like even bad Crusadias, you still bare minimum you can use Dagda to set Scythe and then make the DPE to pop it. Like most of the decks in the meta do that, so you know how that works. But I'll show you how to do it with this deck. And when you have any of the good Crusadias or just more cards, you can do a lot more too. And so real quick, into the deck list. 3 of every Crusadia monster. 3 Orborea, 3 Draco, 3 Leonis, 3 Maximus, and 3 Reclusia. So to note, I actually should technically have like Maximus after Reclusia, because that's like the order that these cards are good in. The technically Draco's the best, but you want to be able to search Draco, so the best to open is Orborea because it's a tuner. Draco would be the best, but second best to open because when it's summoned, you can add a Crusadia from your grave to your hand, and you always start your plays by normaling a Crusadia, so you add that one back, the one whose effect hasn't been used yet. And then Leonis and Reclusia. Technically, I think Reclusia is better than Leonis if you're going second, but going first, these are functionally the exact same card. The only reason that they're better than Maximus is because of them being level 3, which in this build gives you access to Cherubini, which could dump the Water Enchantress if you haven't seen it yet. And so, but aside from being level 3, these 9 are functionally the same card going first. They don't really do much. They have grave effects. I don't even like know them perfectly. I think this one, let's see. I think uh if a Crusadia that's linked to this card, oh, you could target a Crusadia link you control, and it gains piercing. This one, you can, like, when it's summoned, destroy a Crusadia you control and a card your opponent controls. And I think this one has like some sort of protection. You can target a Crusadia link and gives it double piercing or double battle damage. Yeah, so these cards, like, Crusadia used to play as a going second deck. I actually have had people make me go first, thinking that I'm a Crusadia deck that's like normal, and then I scythe lock them and they lose. And so, like, these cards, their effects don't matter that much when you're going first, but going second, they're cool. And then we have two fusion destinies, sorry, and then the 3 garnets that go with it: Dasher, Celestial, Scythe. I don't really see people count Scythe as a garnet when they talk about this engine, because if you weren't playing DPE, you wouldn't be playing Scythe. And so I kind of look at Scythe as a Fusion Destiny garnet. But then we have the Brave token engine, the 3 Water Enchantress, 3 Right, the 4th Water Enchantress. I guess this should technically be right there. And then Adventure, Griffin, and Dracoback. These cards, if you open them plus combo, you set up the Griffin first to play around hand traps. And if you don't and you just open like one Crusadia and Right, you still do combo. And so they're kind of cool because it's just like Right's just an extender for 2 when it's bad, and when it's good, it's like a Called by the Grave or just an Omni Negate. Then I think it's kind of strong. I think it's kind of strong and helps the deck a bit. And then we play. The reason I'm a little over 40, by the way, is because functionally these 15 are the same card. Functionally these 7 are the same card. And functionally these 15 are like not literally the same card, but they serve the same role here. We play 15 hand traps: 3 Ash, 3 Valor, 3 Ogre, 3 Nib, 3 Imperm. If I were to cut down on cards in the deck, I'd probably go to 42 and cut the Imperms, because these 9 going first can still make an All Mirage, so you can like pseudo combo. There's also maybe a case, honestly, to try 3 E-Telly in the list. I would have to mess around with it though, because then Crusadia plus E-Telly would actually be very strong, because you'd like summon the Crusadia, make Maximus, E-Telly for Ogre. Not Maximus, Magius. Then Magius would search the Draco, and then you would make Helk, and then special a guy, and it would like act as if like the E-Tellys would be additional copies of Orborea. So now that I'm thinking about it, that card should probably be in the list, honestly. So that's a change I can make for imperms too, because then it would also be a going second card. Because going second, you could summon out an ogre and use it to push through boards. So there's that to consider. But in like this rendition, the reason I went with like the 15 hand traps is because I want to draw two if I'm going second. And if I'm going first, I want to like still I want to do a play that can hopefully scythe them, and if they have the droplet, I want to have hand traps to back it up. And so that's kind of like the theory on this deck. It's just another scythe deck technically at the end of the day, but you could do it in a cool way with a cool engine, and you can also put up like Baron using the Wonder Magician in the plays where you use the Helki Fibrax to do it. And then you also just like have all these extenders and you go second to make access code and push them for game. And then the side deck, kind of ignore the side deck for now. I'm not really going to go over it. It's a work in progress. Also, these two are in here for like a saucy combo I'm thinking about. But for the extra deck, we got two Magius. You don't really need more than two. You use one on your first turn, and then you use one on the follow-up. And then one Dagda to set the Scythe, one Cheer Beanie to send the Water Enchantress, two Anaconda, so that if you open a line where you have like the normal two-card combo, but you opened either Draco or Borea, you play in a nib doing it, but you set the Scythe when you play in a nib. So if they nib you on the Anaconda, you turn the nib token into a Link Spider, summon your extender, make a second Anaconda, and then you still have DPE Scythe. So that's why we play two of that. The one DPE, the one Hulk, and then the target for Hulk is Wonder Magician. We in this deck use Hulk to summon out a level 3, use that level 3 as an extender, keep the Hulk to summon Wonder Magician. Magician pops Scythe. When Scythe summons, use Wonder Magician and Scythe to make the Baron. So on top of the Scythe, you then get an Omni Negate. So if they play like the Brave engine and they try to establish some Brave cards because that's all they can really use without their extra, you can stop that in its tracks and then kill them on the follow-up. And if you don't kill them, you can use Baron to revive the Scythe so you can lock them out again. Then we play the Link Spider. This has double utility now because it helps you play through Nib, but it also like turns your right into an effect monster. Then we've got Almirage. Almirage is if you open Hand Trap plus Crusadia, you can still make DPE. Artemis is for a spicy combo if you just open Water Enchantress, which I could do a video on if you guys want to see that. Water Enchantress by itself makes DPE Scythe. And then I play the Unicorn and the access code for going second to go for lethal. And so that's the list. Real quick, I'm going to show you guys like just the standard. You have two bad Crusadias, and this is what like how you turn them into DPE Scythe, just so you guys can like functionally see how the deck works. And then after this profile's up, I will probably do a couple more combo videos on this deck because I do really enjoy playing the deck, and I want to learn how to best do it. So I plan on playtesting combos anyways. So like you lead with normal summon Crusadia, in this case Maximus, summon Crusadia Magius, special summon the Leonis, because if you don't know how the Crusadias work, they all say you could special summon this card from your hand in defense position to a zone a link monster points to, and you can only do that effect once per turn. So we're going to use Leonis as once per turn, special it to Magius' zone. Magius, if an effect monster is special to the zone it points to, you can add a Crusadia from your deck to your hand. So we're going to add Draco, and then we're going to link 2 into the Dagda. We're going to special Draco, and Draco says when he's specialed this way, when he's normal or specialed, actually, to a zone a link monster points to, add a Crusadia from grave to hand. So we're going to go chain 1 Draco, chain 2 Dagda, set Scythe. And then add the Maximus. And then special the Maximus, because that's the one that we normal summon this turn. And then we're going to be able to turn those into the Anaconda, and then summon the DPE. And so, like, that's the very, very cookie cutter standard, just 2 bad Crusadias. That's how you make the DPE Scythe. And so if you're interested in seeing more combos on this deck, if you enjoyed it, let me know. And like, regardless of if people really want to see it or not, I plan on putting them up because I enjoy it. I think it's a cool deck. I want to learn more about it. And if I'm going to spend the time learning it, I'm also going to post it so that I can get feedback and stuff. But just let me know anyways if you do want to see it, because like, even though I'm going to do it anyways, I'm still interested in knowing what you guys are interested in. So yeah, that's it. That's the deck profile. That's the combo. Thank you guys for watching.